So, what is stress? Well, according to the dictionary, there are a number of different definitions, but when it comes to physiology, stress is defined as a specific response by the body to a stimulus, as fear or pain, that disturbs or interferes with the normal physiological equilibrium of an organism. Now, what does that mean in plain English? Well, basically, it means dealing with the fight or flight mechanism that's hardwired into our brains. And suppressing this leads to stress. And all this harks back to your inner caveman or inner cave woman because this sort of thing developed way back in human evolution. And if you think about it, if you were around, 4 or 5 thousand years ago, and you happen to stumble across a woolly mammoth or a saber-toothed tiger or whatever it is that this guy is attacking in this picture here, then you're going to want to do one of two things. You're either going to want to fight it and kill it and eat it, or you're going to run like blazes to get away from it before it catches and kills and probably eats you. And so this is how this sort of thing developed in human beings. Well, of course, nowadays you're not likely to come across a woolly mammoth or a saber-toothed tiger that's going to try and kill and eat you. But, there are other situations today that will trigger this response. For example, you might have a demanding boss or you might have to deal with an angry customer and you suppress that fight or flight response because you need to talk to this person or calm them down or whatever, and that of course can lead to stress. Perhaps you might have to travel in heavy traffic, and of course, that can be very stressful because you never know when someone else in another lane is going to do something stupid. So you have to sort of be on your guard the whole time, and that can be stressful. Perhaps you've got a sulky, recalcitrant teenager at home, and they're making your life very difficult, and of course, that can be very stressful. Perhaps you've got financial problems or a big tax audit coming out and you can't fight that and you can't run away from it either. You just have to deal with it, and that can be, very, very stressful. And of course, there's that bane of modern life, the IT problem. And I'm sure everybody watching this has experienced these sort of troubles before, and so you know that that can be very, very stressful. And of course, when we suppress all this in modern life, then that's when the stress levels build up. And modern life can be very stressful, and it does take its toll on our caveman or cavewoman brains. So you do have to learn how to deal with that, learn how to deal with stress in modern life. And that's what we're going to talk about in this video series. And in this video series, we're going to talk about what causes stress, what it can do to you and to your family, and how you can deal with it. And we'll get started in the next video.